Welcome to Scars to Stars, where conversations and personal stories let us know we are not alone. In this show, you will meet authors and speakers from our books and events as they share vulnerable personal stories to spread hope and inspire you through adversities in your own life. The world is a difficult place. You will find like-minded people here with kind hearts and supportive souls. I am your host, Dina Brown Mitchell. I am a suicide survivor and the founder of the Realize Foundation. I am so glad you are here. Let's dig into this meaningful conversation. Hi, everybody. It's Dina at the Realize Foundation, and I'm back with another wonderful guest for you. Her name is Leandra, and I'd like to welcome you to the Scars to Stars podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Same.
I'm
I'm
excited. I'm gonna let you tell us about a story, and then we're gonna have a conversation about it.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna let you take it away.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you for having me. And I'm looking forward to just sharing a part of my story. I am in Los Angeles, California, born and raised. I been here my entire life, went to school out here. Um, really was just about community and just finding my own and never being really the popular kid and not the smartest. I'm smart, but not the smartest, right? But really have been on this journey of just really finding myself and really who I am and my identity and things of that nature. And so I wanted to share just my journey to how I got here today. I have been in public health for over 10 plus years. I'm a health educator by trade, and I went to school for natural science at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I got a master's degree in health education, became a certified health education specialist. But that journey of just school and finding work after a graduate, of school, of even after undergrad, they told us to go to school to get a degree and the jobs and the money will come immediately. And that was not the case for me. I remember tutoring at one point after undergrad and then even into grad school. And I got my first real job working for a nonprofit called AIDS Project LA. And we really just, that was my turning point. I really was just excited to, like, I finally got my real job and just not really feeling qualified to even have that position. I was an administrative coordinator for their food pantry program, and I was there for, I'd probably say 8 months because stress killed me. I was driving from LA to Hollywood. So I'm like deep in LA, like South LA. So I was driving 2 hours minimum every day back and forth to and from work. And that was really doing a toll on my body. Um, Stress was overwhelming. And I just really felt like I just couldn't keep up. And I remember that was actually the first time I took a leap of faith, right? I'm like, I'm not doing well. Like my mental health is struggling. And there's pressure from like upper management and things are changing instantly. I'm not really fulfilling my life because I'm a servant at heart and I love to serve and help other people. And like really working at a food pantry was just like, yes, this is everything that I want to do. I want to help and be hands on with the people. And actually, like the role transitioned into me being in the office and like handling behind the scenes things. And that was really not what my vibe was or what I really wanted to do. So I really took a leap of faith. That was my first leap of faith that I took. I did it scared. I left that job and started applying for another position. And luckily, like God had blessed me with a position with the city of Long Beach. I worked for the Black Infant Health Program. I left AIDS Project LA, let's say in November, and I started this job in February, which was a huge blessing. I worked as a health educator, so I'm getting to use my degree for what I went to school for my master's program. Um, I worked with pregnant and postpartum women, so I walked through their whole journey of pregnancy and postpartum up to their baby's first year of life. And I started that job in 2016, and that was so fulfilling. It was very much so, like, still to this day, like the love and passion project that I have for that program. I was the case manager and group facilitator for that program. I acted as a life coach and all these things. I even started to get certifications in different things. I got certified as a health and wellness coach and a life coach during that time, and thought I would have a coaching business then, but realizing that doing a business then and working full-time job was very, very difficult for me at the time, especially starting off new in that position, in that role. And I got other certifications as a doula, a lactation educator, and a child passenger safety. I was a domestic violence advocate. So I learned so much from that job and that position from that time that I was there. Um, 2016 to 2019 was amazing. We put on events. We worked with our clients. We held groups. I led groups. We put on programs and things of that nature. We worked in the community, and COVID hit in 2020. And that shifted everything, right? It made us all sit down and made me sit down and realize, okay, like, one, I'm burnt out. I'm very tired. I spent a ton of time, like a couple of years, just full forcing it and just going all in and realizing that was doing a toll on my body. And even in that, I still would keep going because I enjoyed the women that I worked with. I enjoyed the team that I worked with. I enjoyed the women that I served and their children that would come in. Um, but then I realized that I'm not spending time at home, and I'm a family person. I'm an only child. I am um, just me and my mom, raised in a single parent household. My father passed away when I was 10. And so, like, and he wasn't really in my life at that point either. So, but it still had an effect on me. So that still moves in the way that I show up in the world today. And, but realizing that COVID hit, I'm spending more time at home and I enjoy it. I want to spend time at home with my family. Um, Also during COVID, I believe it was either in 2020 or 2021. My aunt was diagnosed for the second time with breast cancer, and that was a real shock to me, or not a shock in the sense of like, oh, can't this be happening? But again, another realization, like, I want to be home and I want to be with my family, and I know how important and precious it is to be like supportive, whether I was there with her 24/7 or not. Just even supporting my mom during that time, that's her sister. And just really being that support system for my mom because she was helping her um, during that time in that season. And yeah, that was just a really eye-opening experience. And I think the other nudge to for in COVID is we were having a staff meeting one day, and my program manager or coordinator was talking and said, we were planning for like a community event or like building a community center, and we were doing like job titles and descriptions. And I'm saying, okay, like, my coworker here can do this job title and I can do this one. And she said that we would have to apply for those jobs. And that was a breaking moment for me, and just saying, why would I have to apply for a job that I am creating? And that made me realize there was no growth for me. There was no growth there at that organization anymore. And I didn't want to be stuck, and I wanted the freedom to be able to make decisions. And so that's when my entrepreneur bug started. And I started talking with a coworker we're also friends after hours, and we have begun to create something. And it was very scary because we are just really just sitting there and talking, and like, are we really about to leave our jobs for this? Like, are we like, because what are we doing, right? And it is so scary to take a leap of faith. It is so scary to step out and have this overwhelming feeling of, will this work and will this pan out for me? And it is just something that is just so scary in the moment. But we did it in 2022. I left my full-time paying job, and that has changed my life for the better, even though in it has been scary. It has been just overwhelming. And we started our business. We started J&L Consulting in September or October of 2022. And that was, I have no business background. I have no business experience. I don't know what it is. We started a business and a nonprofit, which I would not recommend to anybody, because a nonprofit is a job in and of itself, and having boards and doing all these things. But we did it, and those the past 3 years have been very formative for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just talked about outreaching to the community, and just the work that has been done in me, bringing up so many insecurities and just so many just fearful things of during this time, and even still to this day. So our business is no longer running today because entrepreneurship is hard, and making money. I'm single and have no kids. My friend has a husband and 2 children, so she had to go back to work this year. So I really had to pivot this year in 2025 just to make ends meet, and like having to grieve just what I thought life would be, right? Even in between the time of like me leaving work, my aunt passed away in 2023 on my mother's birthday. So it was just having to grieve that process and just really work through, like, Lord, what am I really doing here? I have no money. I cashed out everything. I am My savings is gone. What are we actually doing? And that is just the overwhelming feeling that I have felt during that time, and even to this day, still residual. I am doing better, just emotionally, but really breaking down just like my identity not being tied to a title that I had held, or just even finances or money. Like, my identity had to be was really shaken during that time, and just saying like, who am I, like, now that I don't have a job, right? Or I don't have money flowing in consistently. Like, am I still valuable? Am I still worth something?
Hi there, it's Dina. If you like our podcast and you're enjoying learning about other people's stories of overcoming adversity, please go over to therealizefoundation.org and support us by donating. We believe that conversations, community, and personal story can change lives and reduce suicide ideation. And we also have a way, if you have a business, you can support us without money out of your pocket. So go on over to realizefoundation.org and look at the donate page, and you can learn how to support us as a business, and also you can donate any amount. Thank you so much.
Of course you are. We'll talk more about that. But I have a couple of questions for you about things you talked about. One, you said earlier that there was a point when you said you weren't doing so well.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you would share a little more about that, or tell us at least how you overcame that.
Oh, so in multiple stages of, like, even at like AIDS Project LA, and even at just now as an entrepreneur, realizing the mentality of just like hustle mentality, like just go, 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 just do it, just put on your boots and just go to work. And realizing that that doesn't work for everybody, and it sure didn't work for me. Um, Realizing that I was getting sick, like catching colds and like having headaches and things of that nature. Really taking the time out to evaluate what was going on in my body. Like, why was I feeling anxious and having anxiety so badly? Um, that's what was going on. And for me, um, I'm very much so into like self care and like praying and meditation. So, like in my prayer time, I really had to sit and see like what would ground me, what really just finding just something little to just hold on to, and what really makes me happy or sing or just brings me back to life. And it really is for me, it's being around my loved ones and being around like my family and my friends, really having a community. I think that's really what has shaped me in the past few years, is like having a community of people who once say like, I get what you're going through, I understand, and just like, I see you, and like, you are, like you're saying, you are valuable, you are worth it. I do care about you, like I do want love your presence here. But having a community feed into you, and also realizing, this is my most recent realization, is that you can't choose your family, but you can choose those that you want to be with, like family, like friends and different communities. And so, like, I love you, but I don't have to like you type of situation. So it's really is just being, who can I choose that I really enjoy being with? Who can I choose that I really want to see flourish in this life? Like, who do I want to do life with? And who do I enjoy spending time with? And those are like some of the things, like in doing things with those people. I love experiences. I love to travel. I love to try new things and new foods and new restaurants. So doing those things have really grounded me and helped me in that situation.
It sounds like just intention, like
Yes.
intention about what you want in your life instead of just going with the flow and whoever reaches out, or you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's being intentional about who you want to be around, what kind of things you're letting into your mind.
Right.
Because you know they always talk about you're a blend of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yes.
So that's really true. It is really true. It influences us in ways that we don't understand sometimes.
I couldn't agree more. Like being very intentional with, again, everything. Like you don't have to just settle for a job if it's not satisfying you fully. You don't have to fully settle for a relationship is it if it isn't fulfilling you. It, like, you can be very intentional. I know, especially during these times, it's hard to just find a new job, and it's hard to just like, I'm not feeling this anymore, or and to just jump and go and get that 100%. Just, I just fully believe that it won't always be that way, and that in if we are intentional, even first starting in our mind, like it won't be this way, then things will begin to change and be able to like trickle out and from inside of us to our external world.
Yeah, I believe that too. The other thing you mentioned that I wanted to ask you about is you said you were an advocate for domestic violence, and I would
Yes.
like you to talk about that.
So during my work with Black Infant Health Program, I ran into a couple of clients who had some DV or interpersonal relationship violence that happened between while we were there. And I just was like, there has to be a way to just really walk with people and really understand it, because this is my first experience in advocating or being with somebody who has gone through this. And so I found a program out here locally that did like a 40, I think it was like a 40-hour or like I forgot. Yeah, it was a 40-hour training for domestic violence. It was from a local nonprofit out here who like help house of different individuals during those crises and help them during those times. And that's how I found it, and I became certified in that, and I did the training. And being able to take that training and take it back to the job, I was now like given the tools to be able to, like, hey, if you're ever in this situation, have a safe word, have a backpack, or like helping people plan for when they are ready. To leave a situation, and having the resources around, like I learned about different organizations that do shelters that house, and people like learning the different types of shelters. Some shelters allow you to take children under the age of 5. Some shelters don't allow you to come with your middle age, like not middle age, but like your adolescent son, or like being integrated, like learning those different things. um really just shaped how I was able to further help and assist my clients at that time. And it was really an eye-opening experience for me.
So if there's somebody listening that is in that situation, what would you say to them?
I would say it is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. And when you are ready, don't feel pressure. Don't feel hearing the noise from everyone else. It's when you are ready. I believe people know when they are fed up and ready to go. When you're ready to go, you will know. And when you know, I would suggest that you find a place for you. If you're by yourself, find a place for you to go. And if you are with children, there are different organizations that can help you out as well. So I would begin to research and find different avenues for you to go. And have that one person. Again, community is key. Have that one person where you have a safe word with. You can randomly say, if you're randomly saying a sentence like, I'm about to go to the grocery store, they know that you are ready to go and to come pick you up, or to have things in place. Create a plan. And I think that when you're ready, you'll be able to execute that plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a good friend that I met in 2020. I've never met her in person, but she has an organization for domestic violence, and I will find that and put it in the show notes just in case it's helpful to somebody. Her name was Caroline Hammond, which is ironic since we both live in Hammond.
My family is from Hammond, Louisiana. Yes.
That's so crazy.
It is.
So I want you to tell everybody what you're doing now, or how to find you or connect with you if they'd like to.
Oh, absolutely. So currently this year, I started my own coaching and consulting practice. I am a strategic coach, and I help people take their ideas and their visions and their dreams and create a strategic plan for them to help accomplish their goals. I think it's very important to have clarity and just to brainstorm with somebody who doesn't know your background and your history, and just really have a safe space to really go through what's in your mind, right? And having somebody else tell you what they heard and what they saw. And this is what I heard. This is what I saw. Here's some goals that you can create. And here's an action plan for that. And I walk people and hold them accountable in their journey of discovering whether they are an aspiring entrepreneur or an ambitious professional, or just somebody who is creative and just wants to have somebody pick their brain with, and I ask intentional questions with them. And so that's truly what I've enjoyed doing in program creation for people and other organizations in that nature. So that is what I'm currently doing. You can find me on LinkedIn at Leandra McLaurin with my name right here. You can find me on Instagram at Leandra McLaurin Coaching. And then you can find me on my website, leandramclaurin.com, which will be up and running within the week or two. So by the time this drops, hopefully that website will be open. And I would love to have a coffee chat with anybody who hears this and get to know you, because I really love forming in community.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your new business.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I'll get back to you when it's live, and I'm guessing there are lots of people who will get value from your story and what you have shared. So thank you so much.
I hope so. I really hope that by sharing my story, that it really lets people know, like, hey, you're not alone. And I would love to go deeper and dive deeper and have just these intimate conversations with people. I really am becoming a people person. I'm introverted at heart, but I can come off and be extroverted. And I really love to care and hear other people's stories. So to be able to share my story, I know that hopefully that it will help somebody along their journey and let them know that, hey, they can do it and it is okay.
Yeah, we're cheering you on.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy you joined us for this conversation. My wish is that you found comfort and hope in your own unique situation. If you resonated with our message, please head over to therealizefoundation.org, where you can apply to write your own story in one of our books. You can also download our 60 Ideas for Self-Care on the resources page. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, you are not alone, you are worthy, and you are enough.